Welcome my dear students for online class from Odai English Center for the HSC students on English second paper. Today's topic changing sentence Chattogram board 2017. Question A. Long ago, there lived a king who was very wise. Simple. Dear students, question, is this sentence complex or compound? The students notice who took one finite verb, one subject is simple sentence, but two subject and two finite verb, complex sentence and compound sentence. So, and notice who is a conjunction of complex. So, this sentence is complex sentence. You have to change it to simple from complex. You have to change it to complex to simple. Dear students, firstly, you have to write as long ago there lived a king till this. You have to write, firstly you have to write long ago there lived a king. You can write long ago, long ago, TACRE, there, LIVED, lived, A. Notice my dear students, who was very wise. Such a complex sentence, while changing into simple, you have to come adjective plus noun. You have to come adjective plus noun in the simple sentence. So, dear students, you have to cut who and was, and very wise. You have to set very wise before king. Very wise before king. First, you have to write long ago there lived a till this before king. You have to write long to a before king. From long ago there lived a king, lived a, and then you have to set very and very wise before king. Very, very, wise, king. Students, this sentence has been simple. That is to say, if you find who plus adjective, the formula who plus verb plus adjective, you have to come, while changing into simple, you have to come adjective plus noun. You have to cut who and was, because one subject and one finite verb is called simple sentence. So you have to cut who and was, and you have to set before very wise before a king. In this way, you can write, you can change into simple from complex. So I have written Long, long ago, there lived a very wise king. Notice question B. People called him wise Solomon. People called him wise Solomon. Passive. According to the order, the students, this sentence is active. You have to change into active. First, you have to identify subject, verb, and object, and auxiliary verb. Subject, verb, object, and auxiliary verb. The student's question: is there any auxiliary verb in this sentence? You will say there is no auxiliary verb in this sentence. So you have to find the twos B1, B2, B1 plus S or S or B2. These twos. The students, this is object, him, and principal verb is used before object, and subject so called is principal verb, and subject is used before principal verb. So people is subject. This one's subject, people, principal verb, called, principal verb, him, object. So first you have to write he, object. You have to write subject, you have to write object as subject. A is he, and then there is no auxiliary in this sentence, so you have to go into next step. You have to set up extra word. The students call this is B2, the past form. This verb is past form and this is B2. So you have to bring extra word was were. So he was singular subject here. So you have to use was. Was. And called. You have to set B3 instead of called. The students B2 and B3 is same. B2 and B3. The same verb called B2 and B3. There is no difference B2 and B3. So you have to set called. CALLED, called. And then you have to write wise Solomon. You have to next part of this sentence, wise Solomon. WISE, wise. SOLOMON, Solomon. By people. by PEOPLE. The students, I have written by, and you have to set by, and you have to set object as, you have to set subject as object. He was called wise Solomon by people. Question C. Actually, at that time, he was wisest of all. Comparative. The students, you have to change into comparative. But question, is this sentence is positive or superlative? You have to identify this sentence positive or superlative. Exactly, this sentence is comparative. this sentence, this sentence is superlative. The plus adjective 3. Dear students, notice the plus adjective 3. Such a tools, if you find in a sentence, such a tools, the plus adjective 3 in a tools, you have to identify this sentence is superlative degree and you have to change into, firstly you have to write, while changing into comparative, you have to write, firstly you have to write subject and verb. Actually at that time he was, you can write ACTUALLY, actually it had TICT, that TIME, at that time EWAS was, and you have to cut the, because this is the symbol of, this is symbol of superlative, this symbol is superlative, so you have to cut the, and you have to set wiser instead of wisest. You have to set wiser instead of wisest. WISER, wiser. Then you have to cut off all and you have to set then all other. TAC and then AWL, all OTACR. Then all other. Dear students, this sentence has been comparative. You can change into comparative by using this formula, by using these rules in this way. D. Going to next step. D. There was another ruler also named Queen of Sheba. The students notice there was another. This sentence is simple sentence because only one subject, one finite verb. So it's called simple sentence. So you have to complex two subject and two finite verb. You have to change into complex and you have to bring two subject and two finite verb. The students notice name. There was another ruler. First you have to write there was another ruler and you have to subject verb. There is this sentence is interactive sentence, and if you find this sentence, you have to come in the complex sentence. Who, you have to come who is that? You have to come who. You have to come who, whose, that. The students who, whose. You have to come whose in the complex sentence. Why? This is the subject ruler. Another ruler is subject here. And so firstly you have to write there was another, there was. The students only. This is adverb. You have to set this, there was also another ruler. You have to write. Firstly, you have to write there was also another ruler. TACRE there, WAS was, ALS also, ANOTACR, another ruler, RULER. You have to firstly you have to write. As for example, I have written this part, and you have to write this. You have to write whose, WHOSE, whose. Students, why don't you say whose? Exactly. Whose is used. Whose is used instead of possessive form in the second sentence, such as his name. In this way, we make two parts in this sentence. There was another ruler. There was also another ruler. This is first sentence. And second sentence, his name was Queen of Sheba. His name was Queen of Sheba. The students, this is the second sentence. As his name, her name, Queen of Sheba, exactly her or his. If it is her or his, however, so you have to set up possessive whose, her. You have to use possessive whose, WHSC whose, after another ruler because it is cut, it is cancelled from second sentence, possessive form. WHOSE whose, and you have to whose plus noun, name, 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 whose name, and you have to set auxiliary verb, you have to bring auxiliary verb. This is this verb, notice this sentence, this clause, was. So this is past. The tense is past. So you have to set was, whose name was, WS was, the Queen of Sheba. Queen, whose name was the Queen of Sheba. QUEE, Queen of SACBA. The students, the why can why don't I use the, because this is it didn't refers to the definite Queen of Sheba. So the plus noun plus of plus Sheba noun. So in this rules, according to this rules, I have used the, and there was another ruler whose name was Queen of Sheba. You can cut whose name was Queen of Sheba, Sheba Rani. অর্থাৎ একজন রাজা ছিল যার নাম ছিল কুইন অফ শেবা, যার নাম রাখা ছিল কুইন অফ শেবা. You can use in this way. Question E. One day he thought Suleiman's voice should not remain untested. Affirmative. Dear students, this sentence is negative and you have to change into affirmative. So his question is there any auxiliary in this sentence? Yes, my dear students, should, auxiliary should, and no, auxiliary plus not, negative word not. So you have to cut, while changing into affirmative, you have to cut negative word not, and you have to change into keyword of this sentence. You have to change the keyword of this sentence, untested, tested. So first you have to write ONE1 DAY day, SAC sheet, THOUGHT thought, SOLOMONS Solomon's WISDOM SHOULD should, and you have to cut not, and then next part remain, REMAIN remain, and you have to change the keyword untested, tested. You have to write tested, TESTED, tested. So this sentence has been affirmative in this way. You can change into affirmative by using this rule. So my dear students, thanks for all. See you next time. You will subscribe my channel if you like my channel, like my teaching, like my talking. You can subscribe it.